Dogs, we love them and they love us right back, but there's so much more to our canine friends than just unconditional love.
That's right. Both of us have or have had dogs, and they are truly members of our family. I know mine are literally, I call them my furry kids because they really, really are, and they have a pretty awesome
And
life.
they listen better
the life
than
I
kids,
aspire
I think,
to.
actually.
Yeah. But now a new medical study finds that dogs may actually have similar emotions to humans. So joining us now for more from the Hempstead Animal Shelter in New York is shelter behaviorist Christy Morano. Christy, welcome to Wake Up America. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, let's dive into this new study. I was instantly fascinated. We're actually talking about dogs shedding tears and shedding more tears when they're reunited with their owners versus when they're reunited with people who they don't, I'll say, know as well. So as someone who works very closely with dogs as a behaviorist, what are your thoughts about this study?
I think it's a really interesting study, and I think that there's two parts of it that are really interesting. One is the actual tests that show that they do shed the tears, and it's based off of oxytocin, the happy hormone. The other aspect is what they found our reaction is to it. They found that when we look at the dogs who have the tears in their eyes, we actually want to care for them. We want to show them affection. So the idea that it's more of a coevolution type of thing where we're seeing the animals evolve to elicit that type of response from us is really fascinating.
Wow, I absolutely believe that this study is true. But Christy, if it is, then our dogs, they greet us with their wagging tails. They're happy to see us come home. But on the flip side, we've also seen dogs who know when you're leaving. So when I had my dog and I would go away on vacation, I'd get my suitcase out and she would immediately run under the bed because she knew I was leaving. So how in tune are they with our actions as their owners?
They are experts at body language. So they look at our routines, they look at our body language, and they respond to it. And once we go out of our normal routine, they're going to have a reaction to it. And usually it's a little bit of anxiety and panic. But really what it is that they really need to feel secure. So the second they feel like our routine is going off course, they're of course going to have a response like that.
Yeah, I mean, Christy, it's amazing. You know, I think we just feel, you can feel the unconditional love that you get from our dogs, pets in general, but especially as an owner of a dog. I mean, I think many of us are convinced that we are like the best dog whisperer on the planet. Well, of course, I know how to connect with my dog perfectly, but I bet you have some additional tips to share with dog owners and dog lovers to help us even bond with them more so they can get as happy as they can and that love relationship between us is even stronger.
Yeah, of course. My main tips for anybody who wants to build a strong bond with the dog, and what we do a lot at the shelter is one-on-one time with the dogs. It's really important for them to see what engaging with you will get them when the dog doesn't know you. So lots of treats, lots of petting, toys, interaction, one-on-one walking with them and doing what we call working walks where we feed them their meal while they're walking on leash. And so it builds that bond where when they're interacting with us, it's always something positive, always something that they want. So it really enforces that whole thing with eye contact, which is what the study was even talking about, and engagement with the owner or the handler at the time.
Yeah, that's so important.
Cute.
That one-on-one time. Christy, before we let you go, we do want to talk about one sweet little guy you're trying to get adopted. Tell us more about Calvin.
Yeah, Calvin is a sweet dog. He came into our shelter.
Oh, he's so cute.
Yeah.
Christy, how old is he?
Beautiful.
What's his story?
So he came in as a stray in 2020, and they think about a year old to 2 years old. They're estimating him to be about 3, almost 4 at this point. He's a sweet dog, a little bit anxious, really likes structure. If you are really clear with him, he feels so confident with handling, and he's just great.
He's so cute.
He gets a little bit insecure in new situations. Really doesn't like to go back in his cage, which dog would. We have fantastic volunteers that work with him. He's really looking for a home. He likes other dogs. He really would do best with a quiet home.
Sweet. He's so sweet. Christy, before we let you go, we're just about out of time. I know that our sweet Calvin, and I'm calling this like, let's get Calvin home. Let's do it. He's been in a shelter for over 650 days. 650 days, that sweet little face, good with other dogs. He just needs a little bit of love. He's such a loving guy. Christy, quickly tell us, how can we find out where we can get Calvin a home? If someone wants to bring this little guy home, where do they go?
You can go to our Facebook page, Town of Hempstead Animal Shelter. You can also send an email to adoptions@hempsteadny.gov. We also have an Instagram page, TOH Animal Shelter.
All right.
All right, let's get Calvin a home.
Yeah, let's get Calvin a home this weekend. Yes. That's our mission.
Christy Morano, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We could talk dogs all day, but we appreciate you coming
Thank you, me too.
Thank you. And stay with us. There are